What's going on, people? Ryan.Fagan, broker owner of RD Real Estate. I'm also a real estate investor, among other things. I wanted to talk to you guys about the real estate market and the new numbers I looked at in New Jersey, but you don't need to be from New Jersey to care about this. But home affordability is getting insane, and obviously the affordability of everything is becoming a problem. And I usually don't like to make videos about things without having a solution, but I don't have much of a solution for this issue. But I was looking at single-family homes in New Jersey, and the median price last month was $590,000. That makes the average monthly payment, if you got a 5% down FHA loan, about $4,500 a month. That's insane. Obviously, not everyone's a median, but I just think my big concern is that, especially for young people, if you're a young person and you've done everything right, you went to college, you didn't get in trouble, you made relatively good decisions, the prospects for your future is worse than previous generations, because to be able to own anything it's not impossible, and you could still do it, but it is becoming much more challenging, and you're having to be more and more of an exceptional person to be able to do well and have, I don't know if I want to say a life of dignity and all that kind of stuff, because I mean, even if you don't own anything, at least you can, have an okay lifestyle. But I do think our economy today is becoming the world of haves and have-nots in a very extreme way, where the people who own assets, stocks, real estate, companies, all that kind of stuff, people who own assets that go up in value are getting rich. For example, myself, I own 10 rental units, and my net worth has increased an insane amount. And sure, that's great for me, but I do get worried about especially young people, because people my age, they could have done the same thing as me or had invested and done stuff. So if they missed out, I feel less bad. But the younger generation, unless your parents are able, see, this is the thing. If your parents own property or own real estate and did well, they're going to be able to leverage that stuff for the younger people, for their kids. But the people who come from families that don't have that, their future is in doubt, or their opportunity is definitely less, I'll say. So they are going to have a less probability of doing well than my generation, and definitely Gen X and the baby boomers and all that kind of stuff. So it really breaks my heart, because this is supposed to be the land of opportunity, and I still think that it is. And the problem is that the rich people are just winning heavy. And look, I'm all for capitalism. I'm doing very well, but I think when the actual opportunities for young people closes down, I think that is a bad thing for everybody, because how are they going to get a down payment to buy a house? I mean, I guess they could buy stocks and stuff like that. So that's probably my solution, or an alternative is, if you're a young person, you need to be investing in things that you can. The problem is they also want to chase cryptocurrency and all kinds of stuff that has more of a get-rich-quick thing. And not that cryptocurrency is bad. I own cryptocurrency, but you can't, if you leverage all in there, it's very risky. The path is a little bit more hazardous in going that direction. So I just think, throughout history, home ownership has been the best way to build stable wealth, because if you just buy a home and own it over a long period of time, it goes up in value, which protects you from inflation, and basically you'll be building wealth over time by accident. You don't have to be a sophisticated financial person. You don't have to look at stock reports and all that kind of stuff, although you could just buy index funds, which is probably the best idea for most regular people. But you didn't have to be super savvy. As long as you own property, your net worth was going to be much higher than someone that did not. And the problem is that's getting more extreme, and the entry level for people is getting higher and higher and higher, where it's a little unreasonable for people to be able to afford to purchase a home, and it doesn't have to be a single family home. Shoot, townhouses are in the 400,000s right now in New Jersey. So I just think the window's shutting for people. I think it's a big problem, and I think that the media and the news, with the election going on and all that stuff, I don't really see either side talking about this problem in a tangible way or proposing anything to fix it. I know there's a proposal out there to give $25,000 home buyer assistance for first-time buyers. The problem is these type of programs where they give money away ends up in the hands of people like me, because when you sell your property, then you're just going to charge more for the property. It's going to make prices go up, and it doesn't really, I don't think it solves the problem at all. And then you're kind of discriminating against some people who don't get to take advantage of the program for whatever reason. Maybe they miss the timing, maybe they don't qualify, a multitude of reasons, because there's always a bunch of rules with that kind of stuff. So I don't really think that's a great solution. And I'm not really trying to get too political, but I think the media is mostly ignoring this issue, and I think you have a whole generation of people that are starting to give up and starting to feel hopeless. And I don't think that's the solution. You got to work hard, and you can still make it. But I think a lower percentage of young people are going to be able to get into or elevate their status from where they started at, and I think that's a shame. I know I was talking about I don't have solutions, but I think I don't want to leave the video without some kind of solution. So for young people, if they're doing everything right, and I'm talking about people doing everything right. I'm not talking about people that are like being idiots, okay? And those are the people that I care about, people making good decisions and still are having a hard time, because they're still doing the right thing. So I think index funds for stocks, start early, even just do a little bit. It's okay to do a little bit of crypto and maybe riskier stuff, because obviously then you can get ahead faster. But the bulk of your stuff should be consistent stuff, because as the market goes up, it'll drag you up with it. As the rich people are getting richer, you'll participate in that, and you won't get left behind with the people who don't own anything. As far as real estate, it's a little risky and problematic to purchase property with people, but if you can find like-minded people, and you need to do a lot of contracts and organizing and making sure expectations are set amongst all of you, but buying with friends and family is a good idea. Probably more to buy, not to live in, but to rent it out, and then you could rent separately, but now you guys have an asset that can appreciate in value and can generate cash flow. I think that's a good idea. If you buy with multiple people and now you're living in the house and then someone wants to move out, then what do? I think it makes too many problems, so I wouldn't go in that direction. Also, I think, as older people, we need to think more on multi-generational households where the kids stay at home until they get married, and maybe you're able to help them get started, give them a down payment, because it doesn't make sense for everyone to live in all kinds of different areas right down the street. Now you're paying multiple rents or mortgages. It probably makes sense for people to live at home longer, and I think that benefits families, but obviously there's all kinds of family dynamics and stuff like that. We got to fix the culture and be able to get along with each other and respect each other. And I think so. I know a lot of people are like, I'm not living with my parents, but I think that's going to change culturally over time just because of the economy. So with all that being said, I wonder what you guys think. Please leave it in the comments. What are your solutions if you are pretty well off? What do you think? Or do you think I'm wrong? Do you think they just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and it ain't that bad because they had better iPhones and flat screen TVs? I want to know what your guys' opinion is. Let's have a dialogue. I'll be responding to people in the comments. Peace. See ya.